really kind of amazing when God's doing something and you put in the work. And so I'm here at the office. I'm just getting here. I've been in meetings half the day. And I wanted to come by and go live and invite you to a special live this Saturday night. We're kind of putting everything together for that. I'll be doing some more video to send out the invitations to every one of you following New Millennium Faith Church, Foresight Ministries International, and especially our media company. If I could find the words to add to what is going on with 126 Genesis Media, I don't know how much time. And I wanted to just be live for a minute to invite you all to go to our media company website, because we're on a mission. The goal is $6,000 Friday this week. Today we are doing day 3 of that feels good here. Got the AC on finally. Day 3 of our Studio 126 Radiothon on 126, the Genesis Radio. I call it 126, so I'm gonna call it 126. But you're watching this, definitely I want to make the ask, but we talked about this on the radio show station earlier today, that doing something big and doing something new, there's that trust factor. And all of you who are watching me, have been watching me, I don't know, this platform is, I've been on this platform since 2009 or 2010, but I've been off and on my personal account. But you've been following the church for the past 5.5 years. I've been talking a lot about the radio station, 126, the Genesis Radio, internet radio station, and building that trust. We were talking about this on the radio station today during a lunch hour. And what is it that you have to offer? How can I trust a media company with marketing and branding and with radio and the future of television with ETV? And so we've been building that trust, and I'm attached to the media company as the chairman. And it's going to take us a couple days, if not a full 6 days, full week, to get not only the rest of this clean. Obviously you see there's some painting that has to be done here in the studio where the ETV is going to be, where I'll be doing also some live teaching through the church live streams here. And that's for all of our global churches in 15 countries that we'll be able to now see. We've been renting space at the hotel after we gave the building back for the church. So we're just making some changes, but here, this media company is so much more than just a media company. We're looking to employ teams locally and globally because of our reach through the radio station, and my commitment to not just employ but to help nations, and not just give a handout per se, but it's to give a handout with education of how to use and become a steward of God's resources. So right now we have 15 nations that we're going to begin this fall, more than just stewarding, but the ministry of the business is this: to support at risk, to help build communities and provide businesses and opportunities and education. And that's what we're going to be doing here at 126 Genesis Media. And I would definitely want you to be a part of this, because you've been with me since the beginning, right? And I don't claim to be anything other than who I am. And so the work for me as the founder to the church and chairman to 126 Genesis Media, we have the university that we're going to be bringing, Global Missions Quest University, an apostolic training center here in Northern Illinois. So the prophetic words delivered are manifesting. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I want to encourage you now to do more than just do a thumbs up or do a like, to pray, be in prayer agreement. For those of you who are in different countries who have been following me and are disciples of the ministry of the churches and have been building fellowship on my public page with me, your prayer agreement to reach every marker for 126 Genesis Media is needed. That includes the radio station. That includes the ETV, EGN, the podcast channels. And if by chance, if you are a podcast creator, a faith-based podcast creator, we have a home for you. And we're going to be building that out here, doing live shows, pre-recorded in the studio. I just want to go in here and check the sound. I think it sounds kind of awesome. Don't mind, I need to get some rest. I'll get some rest a little bit later. But I'm on this mission. We now have the radiothon going. I like the sound in here. The radiothon is going on our radio station, 126 The Genesis Radio. And go to our website. Here's why. Because that's the best way you can contribute. And it's safe and secure. And that's 126genesismedia.com/studio 126, because that space on the other side of this lens, if I turn the camera around, that space right there is where the media, the center, the hub of our media will be. And so you have an opportunity when you come and be able to join us for live events. And it'll be quaint. There won't be a lot of people here, but that's okay. For some of our shows and tapings and events, you'll be able to realize you're a part of this. And so all that information's on the media website, 126genesismedia.com/studio 126. And so the offer is, as you partner with us, you get to become, whatever tier you are choosing, you become a partner with the media company. As I step into the warehouse, I'll find a light in here. I step into the warehouse here. I think the lights are down here. Maybe not. I think they're in the other room. Stepping into the warehouse. Locally, we'll be using this warehouse for a training center for 815 jammers for roller skating. And another ministry arm to what God is doing. I wouldn't be doing anything else outside of Father's covenant and the revelation. So Jill and I, we do this. We live on the foundation of the covenant in his kingdom, and the many revelations are the structure by how we live. And so be encouraged. And the ask is this: come be a part of 126 Genesis Media. You know, we've been building up, and people have been asking me, when are you going to show the inside? Because, maybe you're not going to be in the building. Maybe you're just using money that people are sending you for something different. And no, we had to do it this way because we wanted to have integrity with all matters as stewards of God's resources and his provisions, and also with the lease agreements here for the next 5 years. And with a build out, I remember to tell you this, there's actually an opportunity to build out. And so this whole deal with trusting the media company to produce the very thing, here's the build out section. Behind this wall is an opportunity to build out into the next set, another 3,000 square feet. And we'll see. We'll see if that's an option. And I don't know if that is an option. What the Lord is going to do is what the Lord is going to do. But right now, I definitely need you to help us meet the goal tonight. And this week is a $6,000 goal. Tonight, we're looking at covering 10 more spots for the Founders Wall. We talked about this last night when we got in. We were just uberly tired and uberly excited at the same time. But right behind me will become the Founders Wall right here. And this is where we're putting our plaques for the Founders Circle, the wall there, crystal plaques. And then there's the Studio 126 Pillar. That's the $500 Founders. That's the silver plaque. And then the gold plaque is for our $1,000 gift for those of you who do the gold plaque. And that's the, what do we call it? The Kingdom Legacy Partner. It's all going to be on that wall. And what does that mean? What does it have to do with anything? Because it shows that you're partnering with our mission, with every one of our initiatives to develop lives and kingdom identity and employment and bring positivity into the communities and be community activists, community engagement as a media company. One of the most powerful industries is media. We're going to be telling stories, sharing news. And it won't be political news. It's going to be news that's just news, whether it's here representing the region of Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin, and then national news, and then global news, because I'm connected globally. And we want to share news around the world for all of our customers, followers, and supporters. And so if you've trusted me with the church, you trusted me with the ministry, you trusted me with just the posts and the meetings that I've been involved in and attending, and now we're asking another level of trust that what we're producing here with our products of radio, television at the end of August, a news channel at the end of September. The stories that we're telling, we have 2-episode pilots locked and loaded, getting ready to come out in 4 to 6 episodes, 2 series, McGee and Friends, and the other one is Generational Parenting. Then we have a docu-series that we're getting ready to partner up with one of our organizations over in Africa. And there's more docu-series because there's more stories that need to be told that aren't being told in a world that's crazy as we are seeing the end times and signs, wonders, and miracles manifesting. And we want to pay attention just because I'm a watch person on the wall too. And so the media is going to be what it is for us. We're going to be watch persons on the wall who tell the story. There'll be advertising opportunities, sponsorship opportunities, fundraising opportunities. And you're probably asking, why all this when the world is in an uproar? Well, because Father said to do it. And my crazy self is going to believe what he said to do despite of what is happening here in the United States, here in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. It doesn't matter because there's always comfort and cover and peace in the kingdom of heaven. So this media company is an extension, another assignment to the mandate. And so tonight, share this video, ask questions, review the websites, look at what we're doing on the radio station, and support, not just support, but put some stake in the game. And you're doing that helps us to produce and get the equipment. I mean, the build out for something like this is astronomical, and we're putting in our funds too. Radio costs, TV costs, all our vendors costs. I wish we could do this for free and just pro bono and bartering and trading. That would be totally awesome. Keep the lights on in here, heat, AC, all that has to run. And we know it's without having systems in place, that'll be impossible. And we have the systems in place now, finally. Building a team. And I cannot wait to begin hiring our sales execs here in Northern Illinois and also in different regions. Because again, 126 Genesis Media LLC is not just here in Northern Illinois. This is a global business. And the reach with the radio station is just really kind of cool. And to see that growing on our radio station and not on a radio platform like where I was on Blog Talk Radio, to have a radio station and its internet radio station, and what goes into that and what you need. It's not as costly as FM. The goal is to have our radio station on FM, but that means we're going to have a great deal of some heavy hitters of support by the thousands. And we're going to continue to chug away playing awesome music from some awesome artists that you have never heard of, and glorifying the Lord in everything we do, down to being stewards over his resources. So before I get out of here, I want to ask you to partner with my company, 126 Genesis Media, tonight, right now. Help us get over the hurdle. That wall will have eventually 48 businesses, family members, organizations that eventually will come and say, we want to partner with what 126 Genesis Media is doing. We like the engagement. We like the value of programming, the value of the product. And tonight, join with me. And why don't you become one of the first of the 14? We got 10 spaces left out of this first phase. I want you to be one of the first. Go to the website, check me out on the radio station. I'm going to go home and get in the studio there. We had a built-out studio there. We're going to be moving the radio station here, I believe, Thursday. I think when the equipment comes, we get half the other equipment shipped, and we're bringing out the other equipment that we already bought. We're going to bring here and put it in there maybe Thursday afternoon, late afternoon. We'll have to see. That's my hope. I'd love to do the radio show tonight. I might do a remote tonight. No. It'd be kind of cool to do a remote show tonight. We'll have to see. Well, make the choice now to partner with us. You've seen the inside here. A lot of work is going to be done over the next couple weeks here, so that when we get to the grand opening and invite the community in, and those of you who get on the $1,000 gift, you'll be on the live stream to see, and everyone else can come in. The other seat is $500. The other seat for the premium 3 seats is $250. And if you're locally and you give, we definitely want you to be a part of this. But we know that some people who don't live in Illinois will be giving. We want to give you the opportunity to see the maturation of the headquarters here that we are growing into. That's what I wanted to share with you in this moment. So the choice is yours. And I'm thinking of Apostle Brenda when I was in Madison, and she would tell me, you got to make the ask, and don't be afraid to make the ask, because I've always hated making the ask. That's not a part of me, to make the ask. And I've learned over the last 14 months that being the chairman and the CEO of a LLC, a media company, a business, that you got to be the first person to make the sale. And how can I make the sale if I'm too afraid to make the sale because, I don't like asking people for things? But you want to sponsor? We have it ready for you to sponsor documentaries, sponsor radios, programming. You want to advertise with the radio station and Ecclesia Television? We have it ready. We'll send you over the rate cards. You want to bring your program to 126 Genesis Media? We're ready to help you meet an additional customer base. And if you need help with branding and marketing your business, we got a good team in place, and we're building. So that's what I want to share with you. Share this video, or better yet, hey, you can pray over the video. How about that? Or you can give into the video. This is 126 Genesis Media LLC, the headquarters, and I'm out.